What if vampires were never just stories? Long before movies, novels, or Halloween costumes, entire villages across Europe believed the dead were coming back. Not metaphorically, physically. And the fear was so real, people dug up graves to stop them. Tonight, we're going back to where the vampire legend truly began. The idea of vampires didn't start with capes or castles. It started with fear of death itself. Ancient civilizations from Greece to Mesopotamia told stories of restless spirits who returned to drain life from the living. In ancient Greece, they feared creatures called vrikolakas. In parts of Asia, legends described blood-drinking spirits that preyed on families. But the modern vampire, that nightmare, was born in Eastern Europe. During the 1600s and early 1700s, something strange happened across rural villages. Reports spread of people dying mysteriously after funerals. Families claimed deceased relatives were visiting them at night. Livestock died. Children became sick. Entire communities panicked. In regions of modern-day Romania, Serbia, and Hungary, villagers began digging up graves. What they found terrified them. Bodies sometimes appeared fresh. Hair and nails seemed longer. Blood pooled around the mouth. Today, we know decomposition can cause these effects. Back then, it looked like the dead were feeding. Officials even documented these cases. Wooden stakes were driven into corpses. Heads were removed. Bodies burned. Not as punishment, as protection. Then history added gasoline to the fire. In the 1400s, lived a brutal ruler named Vlad III Dracula, often called Vlad the Impaler. He ruled parts of what is now Romania, near Transylvania. Enemies described forests filled with impaled bodies. Thousands executed as warnings. Stories spread across Europe, painting him as a monster who drank blood. Historians debate how much was propaganda, but the legend stuck, and centuries later, it would inspire fiction's most famous vampire. In 1819, writer John Polidori published The Vampire, transforming the creature into an aristocratic predator, no longer a rotting corpse from a village grave. Now, a charming nobleman. Then came another milestone. The Gothic novella Carmilla introduced seductive vampires and psychological horror. But one book changed everything. In 1897, Irish author Bram Stoker released Dracula, a Transylvanian count, a cursed castle, blood as immortality. Stoker combined folklore, disease fears, and whispers about Vlad the Impaler. Modern vampires were born. Cinema turned nightmare into icon. In 1922, the silent film Nosferatu introduced audiences to a pale, rat-like predator, stalking victims through shadows. From there came capes, fangs, romance, and eventually, vampires became heroes instead of monsters. But beneath the fiction, real graves were opened. Real people were terrified, and entire communities believed evil walked at night. So, are vampires real? Science says no. History says something else entirely. Because the vampire wasn't born from fantasy. It was born from disease, misunderstanding, and war, and humanity's oldest fear. That death might not be the end.